Hey everyone, welcome back for another episode of my Borussia M'Gladbach career on FIFA 15. It's been such a long time, hasn't it? Well, it seems as though it has, since I last uploaded an episode of this series. Now, picking up where we left off, do you guys remember in the last episode where I was offered the Spain job? I was offered that opportunity to take over of the Spanish international team. Well, I decided to go ahead and accept that after the majority of you folks in the comments said, take it, take that opportunity. We're going to be managing Spain then, as well as Borussia M'Gladbach. You can see that we've actually got a couple of Spanish fixtures coming up. The first being against Denmark at home in a World Cup qualifier, and the next one after that would be away against the Czech Republic. So two decent games in there. We're going to be jumping straight in with those games a bit later on in this episode. You can see that Spain have been doing pretty well. They've won 3 games, drew 1 in the World Cup qualifiers in the group stage, and they are topped by 5 points. So that next game against Denmark at home would be crucial. A win would be a must, but it also made me wonder, you know, looking at that group stage, why on earth would the Spanish FA want to get rid of the previous manager? It seemed as though he had Spain ticking over just nicely when the international breaks would happen in the season. It baffles me. I'm not too sure. I suppose that's just FIFA for you, why the Spanish FA would want to replace him with me. Moving on anyway, I will be dropped straight in at the deep end as Spanish manager, taking a break from Borussia M'Gladbach with this first game against Denmark. Chelsea front man Diego Costa almost grabbed the first goal of the game for Spain, but it was Manchester United goalkeeper Lindegaard who stood his ground and denied us of that goal. A bit later on, Denmark were at a disadvantage. They went down to 10 men after that challenge by Liverpool's centre-half Daniel Agger, who was also captain for Denmark in this game. You can see as he goes sliding in, raking those studs across the back of the leg of Diego Costa. It'd be Santi Cazorla who would step up and take this free kick 19 yards out, and he would open up the score. And it was about time. This game definitely needed a goal with just 27 minutes gone. It felt as though it was getting a bit stale, and we desperately needed that as well. It would prove to be very crucial, that free kick in this game against Denmark. It certainly opened up the floodgates, as you'll see a bit later on in this episode. But what a free kick. It was pure quality. I mean, Cazorla, he did just about enough to lift the ball over the top of the wall, finding that top left-hand corner. It was completely out of reach of Lindegaard, and we found ourselves in the driver's seat. Very happy with that. In the second half, Fabregas was looking to hit a stunner there on the volley, but it took a deflection. But who would the loose ball fall to? None other than the Chelsea frontman, Diego Costa. He was seriously seeking a goal in this game, especially in the first half. He couldn't find it, but in the second, he did, and it was struck magnificently. Now, with just 5 minutes remaining of this World Cup qualifier between Spain and Denmark, Denmark was seriously struggling, not just because they were down to 10 men after Daniel Agger received that red card in the first half, but fitness was certainly an issue. They had shut up shop. I think they were ready to accept that they were going to lose this game by 2-0. They didn't want to concede any more goals, let's put it that way, and they did concede a free kick here. Instead of giving it to Cazorla, I thought, I'll give this one to Mata. He hasn't really had much to do in this game, and he comes up with that beauty. I'm not sure what's better, Cazorla's first free kick in the first half, or that free kick from Juan Mata. Let me know what you think in the comments below, guys. Which was your favourite free kick out of those 2 goals? And just seeing Christian Eriksen's reaction there as soon as that third goal went in, it just sums up this game for Denmark. They couldn't find a way back in after they lost their captain in the first half. And from there on out, Spain went on to rule the game. Denmark were poor in the second half. They just couldn't contain us. And I mean, it was such an important game really, because that would now put us 8 points top of the World Cup qualifier group stage. Moving on to our next game, we were away against the Czech Republic. Another game that if we did go on to win, we would really cement our position at the top of that group stage, the World Cup qualifier group stage. You can see the team that I decided to go with scrolling across the bottom there. I went with De Gea in goal, had Ramos, Azpilicueta, Fabregas, Busquets, Mata and Pedro. They all started after they had a good game against Denmark. We did concede very early on, pretty much from kickoff in this game against Czech Republic. I was very disappointed that De Gea couldn't have, you know, maybe get a fingertip to that, tipping it away. But we did get back into this game with a goal from Paco Alcier, the Valencia talisman, and what a finish it was. Pedro just feeding that ball through, and he hit it first time, curling it around the keeper, who was fully stretched, and he just couldn't put a stop to it. So it was game on, and with those 2 goals being scored in the space of 15-20 minutes, I had a feeling there was going to be goals in this. We did get our nose in front for the first time with that goal from Mata, almost unstoppable for Spain over these last 2 games, scoring that free kick against Denmark, and that sliding, what would you call that, a slide challenge goal or something like it? Looked like a sliding tackle sort of goal, how he put that into the back of the net, but it was a goal and it stood. Look at that opportunity as well from Czech Republic, and what a save from David De Gea. It just goes to show how important of a goalkeeper he is and what he can bring to any team that he starts in, whether it's the Spanish side or Manchester United. But he did let me down with that corner from the Czech Republic. He came way off his line, almost to the penalty spot, just leaving Fabregas behind on the line, and he wasn't really going to put a stop to that. I mean, he went to ground for some reason to try and blast it away, but he just couldn't get to the ball in time. With just 70 minutes gone, Pedro made it 3-2. Juan Mata just about fed that ball through the centre, through that middle channel for Pedro to run into. He did so well, that burst of pace, making that bit of space for himself as well. His work rate is tremendous, and you know, he could be a possibility for Mönchengladbach in the summer. Maybe I can bring him to the Bundesliga. I think it'd be pretty exciting. He could also take over for Ibrahima Traore. We'll just have to see. There was no stopping there anyway, because it was from one important game to the next, those 2 important Spanish games. Then we were back with the Borussia Mönchengladbach team to play at home against Cologne. At this point of the season as well, we've been doing pretty well. We're up there battling it out for top spot with Bayern Munich. There was my team, Max Kruse back in the side. Everyone looking fit apart from Nigel de Jong, who dropped out of the side, meaning youngster De Hood will come in and replace him. But that would also leave us the opportunity of having Janazovic back on that bench after being out for 2 months with a broken toe. Now look at this opportunity against Cologne. Thiago finding Traore just hanging around outside that penalty area. He crossed it back into the centre to find that run of Thorgan Hazard, and oh, it was such a cheeky finish. Nice simple header into the back of the net. Now in the second half, I wanted to take off De Hood. I had a decent game, but I felt as though I wanted to bring Janazovic back into the team. As I mentioned, he's been out for 2 months. It was so good to see him back in a Mönchengladbach shirt, and it was just so good to be controlling him again. I could get on so easy with him on FIFA 15. It's brilliant, and I was just looking forward to more fantastic moments to come this season. We did let ourselves down though with that equaliser from Cologne. They did get it right in the 90th minute, not allowing us enough time to go and get a winner, and we came away with just a point, and we had to focus on our next game. It's so crucial in the Champions League midweek fixture against Club Bruges at home. If we went on to win this against Bruges, that would pretty much confirm our spot in the next round, the knockout stages of the Champions League. We're almost there. I mean, we've had a pretty decent campaign so far, beating Barcelona at the Nou Camp by 3-1. Sensational win there. Keeping in mind as well, we were last season's Champions League finalists along with Dortmund. We did unfortunately just come up short against them with a 2-1 loss, but you know, with the players that we've got on the side now, like Vertonghen and Tim Krul in goal, I think we can just about make it to the final again. I'm just hoping that we don't go on to lose it. That's if we make it, of course. Now, Club Bruges, as you just saw, did go down to 10 men, so we had that advantage because of their disadvantage. But Club Bruges were certainly smarter than what Denmark were when we played them with Spain after they went down to 10 men. They really did shut up shop, but we had this opportunity here from Thorgan Hazard as he penetrated his way through their back four, struck the ball at the keeper. He did save first time round, couldn't hold on to the ball as it came back out, and on the rebound, Hazard made them pay for their mistake for not holding on to the ball with that header into an open goal. He just can't stop scoring from headers at the moment, can he? So 1-0 up. Bruges was still putting up a bit of a challenge actually, even being down to 10 men. Stocker finding Junuzovic, who's now worked his way back into the first team after a pretty decent performance. And look at this finish. Look at that finish from Junuzovic. It would have to be him. His first goal back after being out for 2 months with that broken toe. Tremendous. It was absolutely tremendous. I mean, wait until you see the replay of this goal. It kind of reminded me a bit like Rooney's goal for Manchester United against Newcastle United way back in 2006. Probably one of my favourite goals in football altogether. Just hit on the outside of his right foot with such power. You'll see a better replay coming up right now of that finish from Junuzovic. And he just hits it with so much power. Almost burst the net. It's almost as if Junuzovic was letting out all that frustration which had been built up over the last 2-3 months with him being out with that broken toe. It's good to have him back in the side as we went on to win 2-0. That's it from me anyway, guys. Thanks for watching.